Hello and welcome back to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean. And with me, as always, is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello!
And of course, we have Goonie, also known as Colin.
Yes, hello.
And we have Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hey!
And Ryan, take us back to the world of Warhammer.
The world of Warhammer. And, so, just a really quick sort of recap, because there's a lot of stuff going on in a very short period of time. And as a matter of fact, episodes are about an hour long, and it's funny because, the game started about 9 p.m. in the Warhammer time, and we finished up a little after 10, a little over an hour, so we kind of went in almost real time. And maybe we'll do that again. But it is just after 10. Some weird stuff's going on, some kind of apparently affair is going on. I know Oswald had kind of done a little investigation there, and then there's some sort of mysterious package that got transported to the back of the building that Ludmilla was trying to investigate to some extent, but then the priests or initiates never came back out. So whatever happened to them, we don't know exactly. But everybody kind of was reconvening back in the bar area here just a little bit after 10 o'clock. There's the two boatmen who had arrived with Schmid or whatever. I can't recall if you. I think you did learn Schmidt's true identity.
Well, we knew the guy that I talked to said he wasn't actually Schmidt, but I don't think he said who he really was.
I think he was like the son of a count or something important.
But, maybe.
Or son of a powerful merchant family. I don't know.
Yes, something certainly along those lines. But yes, they're still hanging out here. There's a lady, a female, like sort of knight, almost. I mean, she's well armed that you had, I think, briefly talked to as well, and she's still hanging out in here as well. But that's kind of, I mean, that's almost the extent of it at this point because, everyone else has kind of, all of the Gravin's party has kind of drifted off upstairs, and there was some cloaked individuals who had been down here, but they seem to have also, retreated upstairs. And as you're kind of settling back down at a table in the bar area, having engaged in a bit of, seeking out various little potential plot lines here and there, Bruno, the arm wrestling member of the Gravin's entourage, comes down the stairs. Now, as you recall, the Gravin had sent somebody down to tell him to go to bed, and he told them to basically fuck off. And then the Gravin herself came down and was like, and he came up behind him while he was like talking shit, and she sent his ass to bed. Now he's coming back down, and he's got a shitting grin on his face as he's heading down the stairs. And he bellies up to the bar and orders himself a nice big mug of ale, and then instructs the bartender to keep him coming. And then he just grabs a table and starts sipping on his beer, and he gives a friendly nod in the direction of Oswald, in sort of recognition of having been bested earlier in the evening.
Loser.
But he begins sort of act, and now there's not nearly as many people in here now as there were an hour ago. But he begins sort of acting like he's going to start the arm wrestling contests again, which very quickly gets the attention of this female knight, who knight. I say knight in scare quotes. You don't actually know what her deal is exactly, but she heads over to the table and sits down across from him, and they look like they're going to go at it. Mano a womano, I guess.
Well, we should probably play some bets or something.
And by we, I assume you mean I, since you are now penniless, I believe, having squandered your 3 pence.
Yeah, no, I still got the 3 pence.
Well, then I'll regally ooze up behind the table, behind the knight, the lady who I talked to before. I thought she was cool. And 1 crown and 3 pence on the lady. I'll throw in.
Well, you throw your money down on the table. Bruno looks disappointed that you don't have faith in him, but also probably, understanding since he did get fucking annihilated just a little bit ago.
You got annihilated by my rat catcher. So,
yeah.
Yes.
And so the 2 boatmen also come over, and they don't offer any money, but they do look interested in the proceedings. And, the bartender kind of keeping an eye on here, too, as they put their arms up on the table. And
I'm going to place a wager as well. 12. 12. Because I have 12 brass pennies. So I'm going to bet all of it.
So we're up to, what is that? What was that? A crown and...
Crown and 15 pennies. That's a lot. That's like... The crown is ridiculous. But I don't have probably a really great grasp of money. I mean, it's a banana. What could it cost? $10? So
go watch us stop. These guys, Bruno and this woman whose name I don't recall if she revealed to you, but they and Bruno kind of looks like, I don't know if I want to. Like, he's not entirely sure if he wants to take this ladies up for a challenge, especially given that he just got beaten a little bit ago. But they go ahead and begin, and it looks like Bruno seems to be kind of going easy on her at first, but then he kind of gets a little bit of look of fear in his eyes, and let's just see what happens. And he, you can see, like, sweat visibly begins appearing at his, temples. Like, he actually thinks there's some chance that this woman might just beat his ass. And then the woman kind of falters a little bit, and he just puts the hammer down and puts her hand to the table. But he, they begin. Well, first of all, you lose your money, Bruno, he's just talking to this lady, and he's like, "Wow, that was really good. You're quite strong. I never met a woman quite as strong as you before." And they're just having this bit of rapport, and the 2 boatmen who had been kind of watching are also suitably impressed, and kind of, by this woman's show of strength. And an entire tray of ales comes out for everybody at the table, courtesy of Bruno, who has just obviously won a bunch of money. So he's happy to buy everyone around. And will you all be taking one of these pints or mugs that is offered to you?
I will take one. After all, it was a well-fought contest. I should keep you in drinking money for several weeks.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn down a free pint.
Yes, I will have some mead. Hold on. Ludmila. We'll have some mead.
Ludmila. Mida.
Ludmita.
I think that that night lady, I think she lost on purpose.
Well, perhaps. She certainly did not reveal much about her actual mission. I was intrigued, but I'm becoming bored now that I see which way the wind is blowing.
Could I get each of you to roll a d6 for me?
Yes.
5.
2.
3.
And nobody got a 1. Okay.
Nope.
So you're all sipping your drinks. I assume you've, moseyed off to, your table.
Yes, we'll let them enjoy their little chat. By the way the wind is blowing, I mean, I hope we haven't kindled something romantic between those two. That would be awful. She's a very handsome woman, and she deserves better than him.
It doesn't seem to be going in kind of that direction. It's more of a just kind of mutual respect, friendship sort of thing, at least at the moment.
Well, I don't know why I even care. I'm supposed to be married to the Baron Schweinpacken anyway.
I forgot about Schweinpacken. So, you guys have gone back to your table and you're taking your drinks. And you see the boatmen have done the same, gone back to kind of their table with their drinks that they got from Bruno. And one of them just starting to look like he's had too many. He's just kind of woozy and, and his friend's kind of like, "Hey, bud, well, what's going on here? What's wrong with you?" And but then the one of the boatmen just passes out.
Lightweight.
And that's obviously that's exactly what Bruno also says. Makes you hear him make some comment about these lightweights not being able to hold their drink. And right around the time that happens, one of the boatmen has basically passed out and fallen asleep at their table. You see one of the initiates come downstairs. Now, this is one of the guys who had been carrying that crate off to the back room.
Oh.
Comes down the stairs and begins to speak to the landlord. And everybody make a perception test.
No. I perceive nothing.
Nor do I.
Just barely missed it.
Well, you don't see anything particularly suspicious, but they are whispering back and forth in a sort of agitated manner. You could attempt a lip read, I suppose, if you would be so inclined.
Oh, absolutely.
Never hurts to throw the dice. I would. No.
Never mind.
Nope.
No.
Well, it is unclear exactly what has transpired, but there's definitely some hasty words taken between one of these initiates and the landlord, and the initiate then goes back upstairs. And as soon as he's out of sight, the night lady, whose name I will tell you now, I'm sure you would have overheard it by this point if I hadn't already told you, is Ursula. And she gets up and goes over to speak to the landlord. And she doesn't even try to conceal the fact that there's some coins exchanging hands here. But if you would like to know what they are talking about, that's going to have to be another lip read attempt.
And it's like minus 20 or something if you don't have it.
Yeah, like I think it's intelligence minus 20 or some crap like that. It's like some impossible roll, just about.
He said,
Yeah.
Cards are second Thursday Fillmore, I think is what he said.
I disagree.
Well,
Yeah.
You're
you,
obviously not very good at lip reading,
Obviously.
because I heard the chair is in the hat.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps it's some sort of code.
well, you don't know what the information is, but it seems as though one of these initiates has given some kind of information to the landlord, who was then bribed to give it to Ursula. But exactly what the nature of that information is, who knows? And Ursula goes back and sits down with Bruno again, and they start chatting some more. And it's just a couple minutes later that once again, one of the servants comes down and orders Bruno to go upstairs and go back to bed, because and the servant says this loud enough for everyone to hear, that the Graven had checked his room and found it empty, and he is required to go upstairs now and go to bed. And he kind of looks, especially in front of Ursula, kind of sheepish, but it does, follow the orders this time, and doesn't require the Graven herself to come down and
Intervene.
intervene. Exactly.
I'm sure she would be most displeased.
Well, Bruno got cock-blocked.
Now that Ursula is not talking to that big oaf, perhaps we can worm some information out of her. She was very tight-lipped before.
You keep saying words that gonna get us in trouble now. Worm and tight-lipped and all that,
I'm sure that that's all a figment of your fevered imagination. But, it seems to me that we do have a mission here. We're just waiting. Obviously, we need to investigate what's going on elsewhere. However, we may need some muscle, and she looks like she could be very useful. I wonder how much she's earning right now. She's obviously... I wonder if she's a bounty huntress or something. She's quite fascinating. But clearly, she knows more than we do about what's going on in this strange place.
Well, I had an idea. I mean, yeah, you could talk to her. She seemed, like you said, a bit tight-lipped, but maybe I just go talk to the landlord and offer the same deal as she did. Get the same information. Maybe, you just sit here tight.
No, wait, you're authorized. You have nothing to bargain with, let me remind you. You just lost 3 pence. However...
Yeah, well, I'll tell him, the same, I'm with the night lady, and she said for him to tell me the same information.
I don't think that's going to work, but I will advance you a crown. In fact, I'll provide the crown, up to 1 crown. I'm not going to overspend this time. That's a significant amount of money. You may offer him up to that much.
All
that will
right.
get us information. Because after all, this is just curiosity. I don't spend too much on it. I'm sure my father would consider that irresponsible, and I'm sure he would be right. Nevertheless, I'm burning with curiosity.
Something is definitely going on here at this inn.
But you have the common touch here. And I'm going to slip you a crown in shillings. A little small purse of shillings. I'll give you 20 shillings. You can go up to that and see.
Okay.
I should mention that also in the barroom, I forgot that these guys were here, but the 3 guys who came in cloaks out of the rain, they've just been keeping to themselves off in the corner, and they are actually still here.
At one point, we had joined their table to, and then
we tried.
They were talking about going upstairs, taking their drinks upstairs, I was going to go with them, but they didn't seem like that was
But yeah,
okay.
you kind of invited yourself up to their room, and they're like,
They were
no.
they were also tight-lipped. Tight-lipped tavern.
Yeah.
So it sounded like Oswald was going to go talk to the landlord, or attempt to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the little coin purse and walk up to him.
Well, there, what can I do for you?
Just give me the same business you're giving all these other people.
Well, I don't suppose any information is free.
No, I didn't think it was free. I got a little something here. I'll shake it. That sound like music to your ears.
Well, sounds like a decent amount of music. What exactly are you looking for there?
Yeah, just tell me this same information you told the lady knight.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was just asking about what those initiates was talking about. You see, turns out they're well, you're giving me the purse, aren't you?
Well, I'm giving you the contents of the purse. I'm not allowed to give you the purse. That wasn't part of the deal.
Right. Good enough. And he kind of looks around a little bit. Go ahead and make a gossip test. Give yourself a plus 20 though.
All right.
Bribes always help.
Oh. Just missed it again.
Even with the plus 20, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then he will not give you extra information, but what he will tell you is that, you see those initiates there, they're waiting on a boat to arrive. Supposed to come in the middle of the night. Something I'm supposed to go get them and wake them up and let them know about it, so they can transport their cargo down to the boat.
I see. I got no money to bargain with, but you told me some very helpful information, I thank ye.
Right, well, if you need any more information, just come back with some more coin.
Let me cut.
Will do.
Let me cut right to. That's it? A boat? That's what you've learned? They're waiting for a boat?
Well, it's a boat that's coming in the middle of the night, and they're going to take that crate, I think. Whatever is in that crate, it's very important and it's very secret.
Well,
Perhaps we should go further our investigation.
Well, as you're having this conversation, a man comes down the stairs, dressed in a nightshirt and a silk dressing gown. And as he's coming down the stairs, you see one of the three guys who came in out of the rain with the heavy cloaks look up and notice him coming down the stairs, and he one of them stands up from the table, gets his cloak, puts it on, and goes upstairs.
Looks like all the action is going on upstairs. We might be able to get more information that way.
The dude in the dressing gown, who is coming down the stairs, goes up to the bar and orders a brandy and begins sipping it as he takes it back up to his room as well.
But if they're all going upstairs, then that means there's fewer downstairs, and we might be able to find out what's in that crate.
Well, didn't you say that they were all in there with it? Well, many of them were in the same
they
room
were
with
at the time, but I saw one that went down earlier come down to the main tap room here from upstairs. So perhaps there is a secret way upstairs from the downstairs area.
Or
Yeah,
perhaps we're getting groups of people confused.
That's possible too. I have had a few meets.
Yes, that would be my question.
Yeah, and, I was eyeing that drink that guy he passed out, wondering if there's still any left of that drink. You know, hate for a mead to go to waste.
If you're going to walk around drinking half-drunk drinks from tables, then that would not surprise me.
So, yeah, I'm going to go just real quickly go and look at one of the boatmen that passed out. I'm going to see if did he actually finish his drink?
No, not entirely. There's a couple swallows left.
I'm going to pick it up and smell it.
Get that to the lab.
Yeah, make a perception test.
Oh, no.
It just smells like a normal drink to you.
Yeah, I guess he was just a lightweight. And I'll finish off the last few gulps of it.
Okay, make a toughness test.
Now, I just want to point out that if there is something like poison or a disease of any kind, I am resistant. I have a +10 to both poison and disease, so...
I will make your toughness test with the +10 bonus.
All right. And that is...
Yeah. Which for beginning Warhammer characters should bring you up to something really high, like 34.
33%, but I got 44... 40,
There you go.
43. Oh, when I rolled 33,
Nice.
exactly. I didn't even need the bonus.
Yeah, well, you... it's just a normal drink, man. This guy just must have been a lightweight.
All right. Well, solves that. Thought I got a little suspicious, but guess there's nothing going on there. And well, I'll go back and back to our table and say, I mean, maybe we should just go out and get settled in our rooms, not stay in our rooms yet. It's too early, anyways, and probably couldn't sleep anyways if with all this stuff going on. And but maybe check out our room and have a look, see if there's any activity going on upstairs.
And do you happen to recall what rooms you were assigned? I thought it was K and L, but I can't remember for sure.
It is L and K.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I
Okay.
got.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll share with Ludmilla, and Jackass here can have his own room. So
Yeah, I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Poswald, my dog.
that's right.
will,
That's right. Forgot about
I forgot you had a
Paul.
dog, yeah.
Then definitely, yes. Yes, I certainly want your dog to have plenty of room.
All right, well, you guys sounded like you were going upstairs. And so your rooms, if you go up the stairs, it's sort of like a C-shaped or a inverted C-shaped hallway. So, like, when you come up the stairs, there's like a little landing, and then the hallway goes left and right, and then you would be on the right, and it would go around a corner, and then there's your rooms directly on the left side around the corner, and then there's another wing up the stairs and to the left that goes down, yeah. So I mean, I guess you probably don't know who's staying where, but you can find your rooms pretty easily by going up the stairs, taking a right, and then taking a left. And then your rooms are both right there, next to each other.
All right.
Go into mine and make it as homey as possible.
I will say you get to the top of the stairs before you even get headed down the hallway. And you hear a door open like around the opposite corner. So like if you went up the stairs and to the right and then took a left, there's your rooms. But if you go up the stairs and take a left and then a right, there's another wing, and that's where you hear this door opening. As you just are coming up the stairs, you hear a door click and open.
John Ritter, he's tiptoeing out of somebody's bedroom. It's a terrible case of mistaken identity. And doors are slamming, and people having affairs.
But we can't see who's behind the door?
No, you hear it open, but it's like you'd have to go around. You'd have to take a left and then take a right around the corner to actually see what was going on.
Yeah, well, I think that's worth doing.
You just accidentally turn left. I'll go in and make my room homey.
All right, so it sounds like Rosalind is going to room K. It sounds like Oswald is going to investigate the opening door in the opposite wing. What is Ludmilla doing?
I will be joining Oswald.
Okay. I'm going to have a little bit of a cheeky opposed rolls here. If you guys will be doing some version of move silently or stealth or whatever it is that you have, and I'm going to give this other guy a perception test, and we'll see. Well, he got a 69. Nice.
Nice. I've failed mine. I got a 94.
Oh, shit. Good.
I just barely made it, but it really doesn't matter because
Right. It takes one goofball to ruin it forever.
yes.
Yeah, the 94 is going to... Oh! Well, you would have fortune points, etc.
Which fortune points.
So if you would like to be sneaky, that may be an option.
So this FP is fortune points?
Well,
it
might be fate points, but
it's probably fate points, and then your fortune points
equal
to
the
fate
same
points.
amount, yeah.
Except for they replenish in fate points, not so much.
Okay. So that just gives me a reroll then, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try again. Oh my fucking God.
100?
99.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How could it even get worse? That is so unlucky.
I think I must have tripped and like somersaulted and smashed into the door or something.
Well, you guys come around the corner, and Oswald trips and slips and falls into the back of the man
peel.
Who is it's the same man who just came downstairs in the silk dressing gown, and you see that he is dragging a body down the hallway.
Oh my God.
And it looks like one of the guys who came up, or the guy who came upstairs when he came downstairs. So he apparently came up here and went and like waited in his room for him or something. It's not clear exactly what's going on, but anyway, you startled the hell out of him, and he's like, and he's like trying to like figure out what exactly to do here.
What is going on here?
Yeah, and I should say that if the second there was any... I mean, if I can hear a door opening from around the corner, I'm assuming I can hear this banging around the second... So I better go up there.
We've got to get rid of it. We've got to get rid of it, he says.
Just hold on there now a minute there.
Get rid of what now?
Shh. He's like dragging a fucking body.
Is he dead?
Obviously.
Shh. Now, what's all this thing?
Why don't we bring the body into the nearest that room there? We'll talk there.
Well, I can't bring it. Have you got a room where we can temporarily put this in?
No, wait. Just hold on.
You can put it in mine as long as we just talk.
Just hang on a moment here. How did this man die? Tell us that before we help you move the bodies around in the middle of the night.
He tried to ambush me in my room, and I was kind of half expecting it, so I can't. Gravin comes out here while this body's... Help me get out of here.
All right, Oswald, help him drag it to your room.
Okay.
By all means, let's hide a corpse. Yes.
Well, I still think it would be quicker if we just put it in the room you came out of.
He's got a point.
That's my room. I can't put it in my room.
Now...
Well, why won't...
Oswald, drag the body back into his room, please.
I'm gonna open his door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that Oswald can drag him in there.
Why do I feel like I better go reach over and grab my Warhammer book? I don't know.
I know.
It could be trouble.
So you're going to try to drag it back into the room that he was dragging it out of?
Yeah. I think it makes more sense from our perspective than dragging it all the way into the other wing and putting it in my room.
Yeah, that's... Oh, no, we can't put it in my room, but we can put it in yours. So that's something up.
Yes, I thought that was rather not nice either. That's why I decided to just take him to his room if he's going to be like that.
Yeah, he's not going to allow it, to the extent that it's possible, allow it to be dragged back into his room. So if you're not going to help him, he's just going to try to drag it off. And I just don't see how this is not going to cause enough noise, if it hasn't already, for anyone nearby in a room to notice and investigate. So I'm not sure exactly how to deal with this. But yeah, he's if you open his door and try to drag it, I mean, you're just going to be having tug of war trying to get this body.
Well, there's 3 against 1. I like our odds. That is if Rosalind can get her dainty little hands dirty.
Let me show you what my dainty little hands can do, and I'm going to pull out my brother's sword dramatically and we'll say, now you get that body back into your room this instant, or I shall be most displeased. I don't want to create an incident. I don't want you to get in trouble if you're only acting in self-defense, but you're being very suspicious, and we're not dragging this body into our rooms when you killed him. Now, back up. I'm going to try to noble him.
That was good. I feel chastised.
I only killed him because it was him or me.
I don't disbelieve you, but we're going into your room.
I mean, he's not really a combatant.
Neither am I. Neither
All right,
am I,
yeah.
but I'm bluffing.
I guess he's gonna make a persuasion or intimidation or whatever you think is better for you.
All right. Let's see what I got here. Command. Okay,
There you go.
Here we go. Come on. I need a 33 or less. I need a 33 or less. I got a 15.
I'd say
15. 1-5.
I was going to give you a plus 10, and you don't
then,
even need it. So.
Then with the plus 10, that is even more degrees of success.
Yeah, so he acquiesces, and you guys, within a few moments, find yourselves all in his very small single room,
Close.
and you can see, a little pool of blood from where he, pounded this guy. And he closes the door. It's like, look, he tried to ambush me.
That's fine. But if you're going to hide it somewhere, it's not going to be in our room. Now, why don't you just alert the landlord and alert the authorities that you've had a robber and you've done what you had to do to defend yourself? By sneaking around with this body, you're only making yourself look quite guilty.
Quite.
I'm not guilty of... I'm not particularly guilty of anything. Look, I may have been involved in a fraternity at law school. I didn't realize it might have been a little more than just a fraternity, if you know what I mean.
So we come to it.
Well, I got out, didn't I?
You can never leave.
So, you're talking about the C word. Cult.
Oh, I thought you meant a different one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
There's
one,
a
yes.
lot of bad ones.
So what sort of cult? Don't say it loudly. Just whisper it. What sort of cult were you involved in?
I didn't know it was a... I just thought it was a society, right? Like a college,
Well,
university
if
society.
it
I
makes you feel better to call it a secret society, then we can for the purposes of this conversation.
What exactly do you want to know?
Well, so it sounds like there was a bit more to it than just innocent hazing rituals and paddling of butts. Maybe there was something more sinister to this secret society you were involved in.
Yes, of course. Once I became cognizant of the hedonistic ways of the society, I got out.
Yes. You pulled out, but it was too late. Too late.
It's never reliable.
Solanus interruptus, I assume.
Wait, you said it, not me.
Well, so you think perhaps this attempted murder was from this cult?
Secret society.
They was trying to blackmail me. I work for the Graven, I'm the Graven's lawyer. We're on our way to Kemperbad for a trial and everything, and they're trying to blackmail me. When I wouldn't submit to blackmail, he tried to have me killed. I wasn't going to let him do that either.
Well, it seems to me you have a duty to report this to your Graven.
Well, I suppose I do now, don't
Yes,
I?
because it could compromise her case. Now, I'll be
And,
happy to help you or speak on your behalf with your mistress if that will help, because I believe you and I think you deserve a second chance.
Well, to her about it in the morning. I don't want to wake her up.
Yes.
Anyone else think he's hiding something he's not
Well,
telling
yes,
us?
and I think you know something about this boat that's leaving in the middle of the night, and he has no intention in being here in the morning. That's what I think.
Boat? What are you talking about, a boat?
I think these are two separate things, and I think he does have the intention. This is not some fly-by-night highwayman here. This is an established lawyer with a practice, with a reputation. I don't think he will run. However, if you, or you, I say, looking at you two, wish to help him hide the body, I have no problem with that. I am going to take a quick nap because I think I'm going to be up in the middle of the night waiting for a boat, if you will excuse me. And I would never be so gauche as to say so. I mean, she considers you her servant. I mean, you work for her family. She doesn't ever use the word, but that's why she's kind of bossy. But I will give you guys some leeway now. You need some free time, so I'm going to go take a quick nap and let you worry about the body. That way, you know, it would be unseemly if I were caught in this, right? But you guys, you're expendable.
Well, yeah, well, I guess she can just excuse herself from anything bad and leave us to deal with
These
it.
damn nobles.
Yeah, they're so privileged, entitled.
Right?
Yeah, so,
The wall's very thin. I can hear you. No.
So Rosalind is going off to room K, it sounds like, to take a nap, A. And what are you guys doing while this is all going on?
Still trying to figure that out. You know, I don't really think this is our job to get rid of this body. It's not our mess. But, you know, I don't think I'm going to go tattle about it or anything.
I would appreciate it if you didn't. I'll deal with the grabbing in the morning. And Rosalind, you get back to room K. Actually, you'd stopped there earlier, as I recall, to tidy up or make it.
Just to freshen it up. I've seen people freshen up rooms. I think I know how to do it.
Yes, I mean normally a servant would probably do that sort of thing for you, but
My nurse,
you know
my
how.
nurse is
You're capable.
my nurse is still alive. The one that, she's too old to take this trip with me, but back home she would do it.
So you had spent at least a few minutes there earlier, and it's been a while. It's been at least 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour since you had been in there, and you returned to the room. And you open the door, and there is a corpse on the floor. A completely different corpse.
I see. Well, without moving, I will stand in the doorway and see if it's obvious how the corpse died. Is there a pool of blood, or is it missing a head, or is it...
It is not bleeding, as far as you can tell. It does not... It is not missing any important limbs that would cause it to bleed heavily. But there is, if you examine the body in any, thorough way, it becomes pretty clear that there is very serious blunt force trauma to the back of the skull.
Let's see. Well, and how is the corpse dressed? Is this a working person? Or?
Yes, this looks like... in fact, it looks like a servant.
Of the Gravins, perhaps?
Probably.
Any livery, any...
Certainly not one of yours.
Well, certainly that. I'm not so noble that I travel with, Yeah. Well, what would I do? I'm going to calmly close the door, And, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to go, like, tell somebody and then come back and there'd be, like, no body here, right? And I'd look crazy. You know, speaking of John Ritter, you know, so I think I will, in a loud, clear voice, say, fear, fire, foes, alarm, murder in my room, landlord.
Okay. Well, this starts a bit of a ruckus as you wake some people up and such. I think you probably would have recognized, by the way, the corpse as being the servant that Oswald had interrogated earlier.
Perhaps that conversation didn't go as well as Oswald said it did. I may be harboring a murderer. No, I know that's not true. No, I think that's what she'd do. She'd call for the authorities. She doesn't want to get caught up in this. She doesn't be caught, you know, in a murder scandal, bring shame upon the family. We're going to report immediately to the establishment.
All right. Well, this wakes up several people. Anybody who was sleeping anyway on the second floor here, and doors begin opening, and people are looking around and confused and wondering what's going on. What was this all about? Murder. Somebody says murder, and then there's murmurings and rumblings of stuff going on, and it's it sounds like the landlord or the barkeep or somebody can sense that something is going wrong or something is going on upstairs. They hear like the plodding of footsteps above them or something, because you hear some shouting coming from downstairs. And then, in the midst of all this, as everybody's just sort of confused about what the hell's going on upstairs, and a bit of a ruckus has been going on downstairs, you start hearing bam, 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 bam on the what appears to be or sounds to be the front door of the inn. And then bam, 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 bam again. And you actually hear the landlord say, "Don't open it! Keep it, don't let him in!" And then again, bam, 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 bam. And finally, somebody opens the door against the landlord's protestations. And you hear several people stride into the barroom, and one of them begins shouting and sounds slightly drunk. Hello, yes, very well. I'm here looking for Friedrich von Pfeifracher. I know he's here. His boat is docked outside. And you hear the landlord, "No, there's nobody here by that name. What are you talking about? No, we've nobody." "Oh, he's here. I know he's here. I will find him. If you will not turn him over to me, I shall go upstairs and search every room until I find him myself." And you hear the landlord and the barkeep trying to, stop this guy. But he's apparently brought some big, beefy thugs with him. So now this is just compounding on to the madness that has been wrought. And you can hear him and his entourage plodding up the stairs at this point. And you guys... So, Rosalind, you are in the hallway outside of your room.
Yeah, I'm standing in the doorway facing outward.
You two are still with the lawyer, I think.
Yes, and I am picturing us with, the lawyer is holding the shoulders of the dead guy, and Oswald and I each have a leg. That's the visual image I've got in my mind of what's happening there.
That works for me. And you have, several rooms around you. Then the lawyer Graven's wing occupied, and people confused, people talking about murder and like peeking their heads out the door and asking each other what the hell's going on, as you hear this guy and his entourage trudging up the stairs quickly. And you can hear there's actually like fighting going on, like as the landlord and the barkeeper, and possibly other people are like trying to stop these guys from getting upstairs and making a mess of things. But it's kind of combat, but not really. But we're gonna have to kind of go turn-based here to see what how things are gonna transpire. The drunk guy who just bashed his way into the front door is about halfway up the stairs. He has not made it up the stairs. He has not made it to the top of the stairs, I should say. He's fighting off, the boatman, the one remaining conscious boatman, and the landlords and stuff who were trying to keep him from getting up the stairs. I would say closest to the stairs is going to be Rosalind, because your room is kind of just around the corner from the stairs, and the rest of you are a fair distance away in the lawyer's room. But even then, it's just kind of around a longer corner and down a hallway, if you wanted to get to the stairs. But not really going to be initiative at this point, but I am going to have to just start going around and ask you. So you guys are in the lawyer's room. You've each got a leg. You can hear this guy coming up the stairs, apparently intent on finding somebody. You hear several of the adjacent rooms. People have stuck their heads out the doors and are murmuring about asking what the hell's going on with this supposed murder idea. And apparently there's about to be another murder if this guy gets up to the top of the stairs and finds who he's looking for. What's Oswald doing?
Is there like room? Does this room have like a bed, or is it like a cot, or?
Yeah, it's essentially a bed, one bed, single.
Is there a room underneath the bed for a body?
You could slide a body into there, sure.
Let's put it in there quickly, and then let's go find out what the lady's screaming about.
Quite. That's an excellent idea.
All right, so you guys, with the help of the lawyer, slide this body under his bed, and he's just going to stay in the room unless you're going to drag him out with you.
Any chance the screaming fellow is looking for you? I say this to the lawyer.
My name's not Raucous. I don't know. No, it's not me.
Okay, you didn't use that name in college or anything.
No.
That fraternity of yours. What is your name, anybody?
Oh, what is his name? I am Gustav Rexhandler.
I'll definitely remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run. Once we heard Rosalind screaming bloody murder, I'm assuming that we did.
Yeah, well, she's like screaming, murder, body, or whatever she said.
Yes,
yeah.
And I wasn't screaming, I was declaiming calmly.
So I will rush out of the door towards her room.
And I will follow.
And I'm bringing my little doggy and all that with me, of course.
Yep, and you make it there. I mean, you aren't accosted by anyone. You do see that the obvious, there are people poking heads out the doors and murmuring and talking and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It's a little bit chaotic, but nobody actually attempts to intervene and stop you from what you're doing. Of course, they have no idea that there are actually two bodies, because only one of them has been declaimed about. And as you pass the staircase, you can hear the sound of a struggle coming from about halfway up. And this guy he's talking very loudly about how he needs to find Friedrich von Pfeiffer or whatever, And but you catch up with Rosalind back outside of room K. And
don't go in, just look past me. You can see for yourself. That's the servant you were talking to earlier.
Oh.
What'd you do, Rosalind?
Yes, very, very lovely. I think you'll find blunt force trauma on the back of the skull.
So you hit him with something? What'd you hit him with?
Well, you're quite amusing. Let's just wait for this. Let's just wait for the authorities to come and deal with this, is what we'll do. There's tons of them thundering up the stairs as we speak.
That's easy for you to say. They won't blame you for the death, but your companions, it's easy. We're easy targets.
No, because you have a very good alibi right now. You were in the room of a man who has no wish to have any attention brought upon him, so I'm sure he will verify that you were with him the entire time. Because this person had to have been dragged in here when we were talking to him. It happened between the time I freshened up the room and that I came back after that. So the killer is still among us.
Yeah, but so my alibi is the guy that also has the dead body.
I'm not comfortable with this plan.
I'll just say, I was in my room the whole time.
Now, you say what you wish. I will tell the truth.
Well,
I will tell the truth if I'm asked by authorities.
And from the direction of the staircase, you hear what sounds like the sort of foppish man who has just shown up looking for this Friedrich von Pfeiffer guy. Is they're apparently winning in the struggle to get up the stairs. And it seems like they will be... And you're just around the corner. So you can hear this very clearly that they're getting towards the top of the stairs. And exactly where they will go once they get to the top of the stairs, and how many of them even are there, is not clear. But you have just a few moments to kind of do anything that you might want to do before they burst into this hallway. Just around the corner from you.
I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to get in bed. Good night.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
This is your room, so...
Yes.
I thought it was her room, though. Your room, right?
Yeah, but I'm sharing it.
That the body was in.
Sharing it with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're talking to her. But yeah, I'm going to go to my room and close the door and hop in bed, take off all my clothes, and act like I was sleeping.
I will also hop into my bed.
He's in the room with the body.
I know.
Okay, all right.
I was just sleeping. I didn't know it was here.
I will sigh and roll my eyeballs and stand in the doorway. Yeah.
All right, well, this well-dressed, drunk, noble-looking, blonde-haired man with his shirt halfway unbuttoned down his chest bursts through the top of the stairs with three very well-built and not very bright-looking thugs by his side. And he sees you, Rosalind. I mean, you just kind of... he could see you because you're standing outside the... So he's got an angle to actually see you, but he doesn't recognize you. So he's not interested particularly in you unless you're going to attempt to intervene in what he's doing and his friends, which is to go to the closest door that he sees, which is just at the top of the staircase, and he and his three thugs go to that door and begin beating it down.
Well, they won't need to beat mine down.
And unless anybody intervenes, and nobody from the Graven's wing is either, at least yet. And eventually they do indeed beat the door down, and this man, this well-dressed, drunken, sort of noble-looking guy, squeals with delight as the door falls to the ground. And he says, "Oh, there you are! Get him!" And he sends in his thugs to the room, and you can hear the sound of a struggle as they are apparently holding this person down. Two of them are holding this man down, and one of them is holding this woman down. And this noble guy struts into this room and just begins horsewhipping this guy, just whipping the shit out of him as they hold this woman down, who's screaming in protest.
Is it John Schmidt? Is this the guy? That's what
Yes.
I figured. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's about 11:30, and that's we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up here in just a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, unless somebody intervenes, this Schmidt guy is gonna it's gonna have some welts.
Well, you reap what you sow.
Yep. Yeah. Apparently, his girlfriend is actually engaged. It turns out. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Goodbye, John Ritter.
Oopsie.
Three's Company.
Hey everyone, if you like this podcast, consider leaving us a good rating and/or review, and subscribe to us wherever you can. We've got a YouTube channel and a Discord server, as well as merchandise available at TeePublic. Find our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. You can find all those links and more at linktree/GooniesWorld. Thanks for listening.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.